Good morning and welcome to today's announcement, Kawaida Towers, Reimagining Newark's History. I am Allison Ladd, the Deputy Mayor and Director of Economic and Housing Development for Mayor Ras J. Baraka. It's my honor and privilege to serve as the MC of this joyous and historic occasion. With us today, we have many dignitaries and Newark leaders who helped us honor our past, celebrate our present, and lead Newark forward. Throughout this morning's program, I'll introduce some of them to you. I'd like to start with our mayor, Ras J. Baraka, the 40th mayor of our city of Newark. A man who needs no introduction, but I'll give you a short one. In October of 2018, Mayor Baraka released Newark Forward, a blueprint for equitable growth and opportunity. With the leadership of Nancy Cantor, Chancellor of Rutgers University, who's here with us today, and Vivian Cox-Frazier, President and CEO of the Essex County Urban League, Mayor Baraka set a bold vision for our city of Newark. The mayor said, "The focus of the Newark Forward vision is equitable opportunity and growth so that all residents in all of our neighborhoods will benefit from the extraordinary development and investment taking place in our city. With our young people receiving the preparation they need to lead Newark to a prosperous future marked by social, economic, and racial justice. Today, and maybe even more than ever, Newark Forward rings true." Just in the last month, the mayor, along with Sakina Hoyt, homelessness czar, opened Newark Hope Village, an innovative sheltering program that uses shipping containers to house residents without addresses. He also launched the first in the state land bank with Burnell Hall, President and CEO of Invest Newark, and he's simultaneously expanding vaccinations for COVID-19 to our educators so that we can open our schools and bring our children back to school safely. Today's announcement about Kawaida Towers, Reimagining Newark's History, is another step forward in achieving Newark Forward. So I'd like to bring up our mayor, Mayor Baraka, who inspires us all to accelerate our work here. Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I want to acknowledge Councilwoman McGyver here. My sister Wanda, how are you? This is an incredibly important occasion for us in the city of Newark for various reasons. One, it's the first 100% affordable project in the downtown area in the city of Newark. 100% affordable. When all of the cries are like the downtown is developing, it's not for this person, it's not for that person, I can't do this, I can't do that. Just reasons that people give to not be engaged in what's happening in the city of Newark. So we throw something in the face of that by saying we're going to build a 100% affordable unit, not on the outskirts of downtown, but in the middle of downtown, on Halsey and Central Avenue, on Halsey Street, where it is booming and jumping and the things are happening. We're going to build affordability right here to make sure that Newark residents and people who are, not usually able to afford the development in this community will be able to have an opportunity to be in this neighborhood, to be in this city. So I'm extremely excited about that, number one. And though everybody is talking about the other part of it, that's really the most important part. That's really the most important part, that we have 100% affordability. And I know it's been pushed back in different places. Listen, we subsidize development all over the city. We subsidize high-rise towers. We subsidize the towers at NJ Pack. We subsidize the towers, the Shaquille O'Neal towers. We subsidize the Haynes building. We subsidize the hotel. We subsidize all of this development down here, Teachers Village, we subsidize. It is important that we understand that if we can subsidize housing for folks like that and in this community, we should be able to subsidize housing for people who actually need their housing subsidized. And so the second part of this is that it is Kawaida Towers. And that has and I want to thank the developers. I want to thank Omni. I want to thank NAN, National Network, the representative here, Reverend Stephanie Bartley, Mid-Atlantic Group, all of the folks that are coming together to make this happen here in Newark, for thinking it not robbery to name this and build this in the honor of Kawaida Towers. And most people weren't around. I see some of you, you're old enough to be around. Weren't around then in 1971, 72, 3, 74, all of the time that it took. Kawaida Towers was a development that was supposed to be partly affordable, that was being built in the North Ward at the time. They went through all of the processes they were supposed to get. They got the tax abatement. They got everything they were supposed to get. The tax abatement was rescinded. They went to court. There was actually armed people at the site trying to prevent them from developing property that they thought African Americans would live in. They wanted to keep the city segregated and divided at each other's throat, led by then Anthony Imperiali, who at the time was, in my mind, the leader of the group who tried to deny African Americans the opportunity to move into a particular ward of this city. And what this Kawaida Towers does, it says that those days are over. But more importantly, it says that God is real. That maybe 1970, people fought to have housing for all people, particularly black and brown people in this community, that there was forces that prevented them from doing that. And the very person that was trying to build this housing was my father. He was in front of it with a whole bunch of other community people. And years later, his son gets to be the mayor of the city. And if that's not the irony, or using your enemies as your footstool, not only do you get to become the mayor by the grace of God and the people and the will of the people of this city, you get to build Kawaida Towers, the very building that racists tried to make not happen in this city at all. So we get to say Kawaida Towers is being built on a corner where the street says Black Lives Matter, with Raz Baraka as the mayor of the city at that time. So this is appropriate that this is being built right now on this corner at this specific time in history. So I'd like to thank all of the people that are involved with this, Deputy Mayor, the development team, everybody that took part, Gerard Crowder, who led the development team on this here in the city of Newark. And that's even appropriate as well. Gerard Crowder is part of Newark's history, its culture, born and bred and raised in this community, a part of this, the whole quest and all of that movement at a time. So all of these things came together at the right time and the right period with the right people. So thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll be glad we come here to cut the ribbon and people start moving into Kawaida Towers. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to ask our council member, our Central Ward council member, LaMonica McIver, to come to the podium and give us a few remarks. We are here in the Central Ward, and just a few things about the council member. As you may know, the council member was the youngest woman elected to serve on municipal council. And it is Women's History Month, so it's always an honor for me to honor another female leader. Second, Councilmember McIver also serves on the Equitable Growth Commission that the mayor created just over a year ago. And this commission, it's 15 members, has a charge to include public and private representatives to ensure development policies and projects incorporate the principles of equitable growth. As the mayor stated, we have representatives here with the Equitable Growth Commission, led by Gerard Crowder, who is our chair. And if I could just ask all of the members to stand, and as the council member comes to the podium, let's just recognize the great work of all of our commissioners who help us make our city equitable. Please stand. I see Gerard, council member, Richard Camerari, Deborah Smith-Gargery. Just thank you, everybody. And at this point, Councilmember McIver.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. We could do better than that. It's a celebration. That's right. All right. So, as always, they seem to always put me on a program after the mayor. So there's never really much left for me to say. The one thing I'll say is, one, I just want to thank you, Mayor. I think I know how proud you have to be today. Today is a very special day. I just want to thank the developers, Mid-Atlantic, Omni, Nantec, everybody who took part of this, to our deputy mayor. I am a proud sponsor and supporter of this project. It's no secret how much we had to fight to get it through and answer many questions of those who wanted to know about the subsidies. But once again, I'm not ashamed of fighting for a project that's 100% affordable in the downtown Newark. So I'm not afraid of that. And we'll fight again, because this is just the beginning of more amazing projects to come here to the city. As we've already had, look at the devil, the mic going out, that's telling me to hurry up. But I just want to thank everybody for making this possible, and just know that we're going to continue to fight for projects like this. Those who deserve and need affordable housing, we will continue to do so. We'll continue to push forward. And I just want to say, I hope the ancestors are proud. I really do. It's a lot of people that help us get to this point. It's not a LaMonica MacGyver and the Raspberry just because it's for ourselves. People fought to get us here. Many people in the crowd that have been running with our organization for years. And I just want to say, Imamu, nobody will stop us now.
Thanks, Council Member. Appreciate those remarks. Let's move to our next speakers are here with the development team, and they were chosen to bring Kawaida Towers to reality. We'll first hear from David Fleming, who's with Omni. Then we'll hear from Hassan Keith, who's with Mid-Atlantic Alliance, and then Pastor Bartley, who's with National Action Network, and we'll close out with Nancy Cantor, the Chancellor of Rutgers Newark. So the development team really embodies the principles of Newark Forward set by the mayor, and this partnership creates our unique opportunity to bring this affordable housing downtown. So I'd like to bring David Fleming to the podium. David?
So my name is David Fleming. I'm the Executive Director of Development for Omni America. We're an affordable housing development company that's been in existence since 2004. Since that time, we've developed or built over 17,000 units of affordable housing across 11 states, including 2 properties right here in the city of Newark. On behalf of our principals, Gene Schnurr, Mo Vaughn, and Rob Bennett, and everyone else at Omni, I want to first and foremost thank Mayor Ras Baraka for making this meaningful and important project a reality. This project will provide 66 units of affordable housing and is not only important for the city of Newark, it's also very important for the affordable housing industry across this country. It's an example of a wrong that was committed many years ago, but together with the city of Newark and our entire team, we hope to right this wrong. I also want to thank Deputy Mayor Ladd and her entire staff, led by Gerard Crowder, on this project for the hard work they've already put in, though as we all know, there is a lot more work to do. Council President Crump and Councilmember McIver, we look forward to working with you and your respective staffs on this meaningful project, half a century in the making. We look forward to working with our partners at Mid-Atlantic Alliance to design and build a project that is not only historically meaningful, but will also provide quality, affordable housing for future generations. Pastor Bartley, we've already done some good work together with you and the National Action Network, and on this project, we're proud to have you as a partner and look forward to working together to provide not only quality, affordable housing, but to also improve the lives of our tenants through education and opportunity. Chancellor Cantor, who we'll hear from, we look forward to working with you and Rutgers University so that the important history that surrounds this site is not forgotten by future generations. Thank you, everyone, and we are truly honored to be part of this historic project.
Thank you. And now Hassan Keith, Mid-Atlantic Alliance.
Good morning, everybody. This is a great day. Definitely, it's an honor just to be a part of this project here in the city of Newark. It's my city, it's our city. First of all, I'd like to thank God for another healthy day as we fight together to overcome this terrible pandemic that we've all had to experience. I wish all of you here today and at home watching the best of health and wellness for you and your families. I would also like to extend special thanks and acknowledgement to our ancestors, watching over us and protecting us at this very moment, who have helped pave many paths for us to follow as we endeavor to create a better, more balanced community here in our great city of Newark. Ancestors like the great Amiri Baraka, who had a vision and a plan 50 years ago to create a better quality of life for poor people to live in a quality, affordable housing downtown Newark and participate in the social and economic growth of this city. Although he was met with great resistance back then, today we can stand up proud and say, Brother Baraka, your dream will no longer be deferred, and Kawaida Towers is coming to fruition. My name is Hassan Keith. I am a product of Newark, New Jersey. I am a product of public housing, public affordable housing. I grew up in Baxter Terrace housing projects, only a few blocks away from here. This is my stomping grounds. I am a product of the Newark school system. I attended Burnett Street School, only 2 blocks away from here, and Central High School, just a few minutes away. Blue Devils in the house. I lived in Baxter Terrace for 30 years of my life. I watched my mother take her last breath at the tender age of 45 as a result of a terrible drug addiction. As Baxter Terrace was once a place where it was a big community, everybody loved each other and everybody supported each other, but the influx of drugs, crime, and gangs destroyed our community. I was a part of that whole situation, and I'm glad to have been able to achieve a path out of Baxter Terrace by purchasing my first property here in the city of Newark to move my grandparents and my aunt out of Baxter Terrace. I stand before you today with my partners, Victor Baker, Tahir Whitehead, Brandon Copeland, and Mike Adams, who is not here with us today. We are Mid-Atlantic Alliance, a homegrown Newark-based real estate development and construction company. We are all about empowerment, collective economic growth for one another, for our families, our friends, and our community as a whole. Mid-Atlantic got its start in the city of Newark, has built its resume by having the opportunity to build new affordable and workforce housing on city-owned land for sale. And because of the city of Newark and Newark ordinances of inclusiveness, whereby minority-owned local companies are partnered up with larger development entities like Omni America, we have an opportunity to be the co-owner in development and co-owner in construction on a multi-million-dollar legacy project that will deliver 100% affordable housing in downtown Newark, New Jersey. This is symbolic and important for the youth of Newark to see that if I can do it, you can do it. So I thank God for the City of Newark administration, the mayor's office, the Newark City Council, and all the staff that do the hard work every day to keep our city relevant, groundbreaking, and trend-setting. Thank you all, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Hassan, and definitely ownership is part of our ability to bring legacy wealth to our residents and those that live here in our city of Newark. Presta Bartley, if we could have a few words from you, please. National Action Network.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a day of history as we're standing here just visualizing 50 years ago that the dreamer thought of the North Ward. And while he was thinking of the North Ward, it was those that were throwing dirt, trying to bury this dream. But what they don't realize is, Mr. Mayor, that 50 years, every year for the last 49 years until today, what we were doing was shaking the dust off, putting it under our feet, and we're out now rebuilding the dream. As I'm thinking Midi Baraka and others that started this, they're now, as the book of Hebrews talks about in the 12th chapter, that they are now a cloud of witnesses cheering us on, saying, Raz, continue to fight on. You have help, Omni, Mid-Atlantic, you have your staff. And so here we are. And so I just would like to say on behalf of the National Action Network that we're now also going to be doing the educational piece. Many of you who have listened to the poetry of Midi Baraka, many of his words talked about this right here. And so we're here today saying that blessings delayed does not mean blessings denied. And so on behalf of Reverend Al Sharpton and the National Action Network, Allison, I'm so happy, I'm so proud to be a part of this. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Bartley, and we are proud that you are part of this as well. If I could ask Chancellor Cantor to come to the podium to give some remarks from Rutgers Newark, and we're glad that you're part of this effort as well. Please.
Thank you so much, Allison. It's an incredible honor for Rutgers Newark to be a piece of this historical legacy. I mean, here we have our great mayor really tying the knot in what it means to have equitable growth. We talk about equitable growth, but this will be equitable growth. Let's have a hand for that legacy. So it really is such an honor and privilege for an anchor institution like Rutgers Newark, totally committed to the intergenerational talent of this city, our students, our families, our neighbors, and Kawaida Towers will be the place where poetry and visual arts and 3D modeling and education with our great partner in the National Action Network, where it resounds, where it comes out. And it will complement Express Newark in Haynes and all that's happening in Councilwoman McIver's great Central Ward. So we are honored, it is a privilege, and we will do our duty to the legacy of this great city. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Cantor. As we're coming to a close on our program today, I wanted to say a special thanks to the Economic and Housing Development team who helped bring this together. Mayor Baraka referenced Gerard Crowder, who leads our Affordable and Sustainable Housing Division, as well as the work that we've done here today to bring Kawaida Towers announcement to you. So Gerard, to your team, Dwayne, Keith, Basola, everybody who's worked on this, and Anton Lender, who has been part of this legal team. We greatly appreciate all of that you've done. And to our communication team, we can't make things like today happen without you. So special thanks to Frank and also to Sandra Roberts, the Director of Communications for the Mayor. So in closing, we appreciate you joining us today, celebrating this momentous occasion. Together we do lead Newark forward, and we remain Newark strong. Thank you for coming out today. Yes, sir.
Just a couple questions on topic from press.
Yes, hi. I just wanted to say congratulations to everyone involved in this project. I know there's a lot of history here. I had 3 questions. Can someone just describe a little bit more the education piece behind this? I'm a little unsure about that. When will the project be completed? And was there a tax abatement given for this project? Just trying to figure out.
Yep.
That.
I want to acknowledge Larry Ham in the back too. I see him back there. I didn't recognize you, brother. Thank you for coming out, being a part of this as well. I'll let them come up and answer, and then I'll follow up.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Great to be here with you, Gerard Crowder, Office of Affordability and Sustainable Housing. So it was very important that we made sure that this project was not just about brick and mortar, but that also that those who occupied this space would also be able to benefit from as many opportunities as possible. And so hence you've heard from National Action Network and Rutgers. There was a deliberate effort by this development team in order to make sure that there were as many enrichment opportunities as possible. Elder advisors told us about the importance of the initial proposal and how it was really intended to be a space for families that could celebrate and gather around the arts and culture. And so there will be a number of opportunities in this space for those families to be able to enjoy that type of enrichment. Many of the details will continue to be refined and confirmed over time, but we've seen here, again, we have the commitment from National Action Network, who provides training and technology, as well as Rutgers as well, Rutgers Newark. So if you have any additional questions specifically about exactly what's proposed beyond that, we certainly have those 2 institutions here represented. So I believe that answers the first question. And what was the second question? I'm sorry.
Tax abatement.
Oh, so yeah, this project will be applying for a long-term tax abatement. Yes.
Yep. So go ahead.
So the follow-up I heard is, when is the expected time that the project will be finished?
Okay.
And then what are the price range of apartments and range of sizes of bedroom units?
I see that, thank you, sir. Omni, would you be able to come forward and please answer the question about the timeline and also the affordability levels?
Gene Schneider, I was also supposed to, a little late, so I apologize. In terms of the timeline, we're going to be working with the state on the financing, and so we hope to be closed and beginning this year, this calendar year. I mean, once we're closed, the financing is closed, I mean, construction is, 18 months or less, hopefully 12 months. So that's, the time frame. In terms of the rents, I mean, this is all going to be affordable. It's going to be AMI levels of 60% and less at the area median income. So it's, and some of them are going to be, significantly less than 60%. So it's going to be a mix, but everything's going to be affordable.
Yep. I mean, if there's no more questions, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody that came out, and as the councilwoman said, and I know that's in people's mind and some of the press as well, about the project and the tax abatement here. there's so many developments in the city that get tax abatements. There's many corporations that pay taxes and then appeal the taxes after they pay them. The little bit of resources that we have in the city, we try to invest to make sure we create economic growth in the community, that we create jobs and opportunity for the residents of this town, that we advocate for them to get higher pay and increase their wages so they can afford the developments that are going on. But in the meantime, we also have to invest in affordable housing. If you look at the Climb report that was published by professors at Rutgers, and tells us about the huge gap in affordability in the city of Newark. In places like parts of the Central, East Ward, North Ward, around a city that needs affordable housing bad. Our job is to make sure we make that stuff available, and if we can use our dollars to do anything, we should be using it to reinvest in our community as much as humanly possible. And so, while there is no kind of concern about tax abatements that we give to large luxury buildings, I'm trying to figure out why there is such a concern about tax abatements that we're giving to people who actually need it in the Central Ward. I want to say that. And I want to thank, it makes me feel good to see Richard Camieri, Larry Ham, Deborah Smith-Gregory, folks like that in this community who've been here for a very, very long time, who have been either in the middle of it or on the outside of it, fighting, for the things that we need in this city. Since 67, 68, some before that, but it's a proud day for me, and I'm going to take the moment to revel in that. And the people who know me know I don't usually like to be at these press events. I'm really, contrary to what people might think, I don't really like press events. I don't like the limelight or any of those things, and my people have to fight with me just to get me to do these things. But I have to say, today I want to say something. I need to do that because my father could not. And he could not be here to witness this building going up. He couldn't even be here to witness his son become the mayor. He died in Beth Israel Hospital on a table passing out literature for me to be the mayor of this city. And if there's one thing that I could do before I get out of this place, is make sure that Kawaida Towers is alive and well in this community. And honestly, I don't really, what other people have to say and all of this other thing that's going on with it, I am going to go to bed very comfortably tonight, knowing that we're going to build Kawaida Towers. In fact, yesterday I was listening to the racist rants of Anthony Imperiale on YouTube about this project. And it just strengthened my resolve that today is the right thing to do, that we should be doing this, and we should be doing more of it. And prayerfully, he is rolling over wherever he is. When we cut the ribbon and put the name on the building that says Kawaida Towers, and people get to walk by, so history is not a liar. It's not a liar, and it absolves the righteous. And no matter how you stop it, you can stop people, but you can't stop an idea. And today, this idea, time has come. Kawaida Towers will go up, and I guarantee you, when we had a ribbon cutting, there'll be people from all over the country who will descend on Central Avenue and Halsey Street just to witness Kawaida Towers going up in the city of Newark, who were victimized by white supremacy in this city and in this state, who failed to build affordable housing for people of color in this community because they didn't have the courage to push back against the foolishness that was happening in 1971. So I thank the municipal council, because the municipal council then, after they gave them a tax abatement, rescinded the tax abatement. Not today. And I see Council President Crump just showed up. God bless her. And like LaMonica said, her and the councilwoman fought tirelessly on this to make sure that this passed. And I'm so forever grateful for them. My family is grateful. The city is grateful. All of the people in this community who need affordable housing more than they need the legacy. They need affordable housing. They're also grateful as well. So as I take my seat, I just want to say thank you, thank God for this day, for this opportunity. And it makes it even better that Mid-Atlantic is a part of it as well. It makes it even better. It warms my heart because I was listening to an interview my father gave and the difficulty they had at that time trying to find engineers, developers, architects, people of color to be a part of this project. But today, we got representation. Today, our people are ready. We stepped up to the plate and we're here and we're going to build this housing. I'm sorry I took so long. I just needed to say that. You know, I was feeling a little emotional over there, but you know, in order to make that emotion go away, I had to come up here and get it out by speaking to you this afternoon. So I appreciate it. 100,000% I appreciate it. And I will feel better when I see the first family get to go in there. So I'm going to be forever grateful. And I know Omni is going to do a good job. It's not their first project in the city of Newark. We look forward to the work that's being done here. And thank you. That's all I want to say. Thank you, and thank you again.
Touchdown.
What a day, what a day, what a day. I was there. Richard was there. Anybody who was there that day, raise your hand. Thank you. I was terrified. Anthony Imperi, I don't even want to pronounce his name, forgive me. And his goons were vicious. Some of them had guns. They had sticks and bats. Because they wanted to do harm, not to just us, but to an idea. Thank you, thank you, Councilwoman, for reminding me to get here. And I don't mean reminding, you know exactly what happened. For all of you who are here, at the beginning of the new dream, somebody say new dream. We hope that you will be here when the dream is completed. So all of those persons who are responsible for us arriving at this moment, I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know there are those who are still skeptical because the councilwoman and I have run into a couple of brick walls, as the mayor indicated. God bless you for coming to be with us on today. Victory is ours, always supposed to be. Thank you so much. I am disappointed. I cannot not say something, Councilwoman. I am disappointed that she and I are the only two who are here representing the government. But that's all right. Two strong black women don't mess with us. Thank you so much. I know what this means to the mayor, but I also know what it means to me. Thank you for coming. God bless.
Thank you, Council President. And this concludes the program.